PrizePicks started to release NFL lines for the upcoming season. Let's go. We're not just going to be betting on baseball anymore. I made 62 grand last season betting on the NFL. A lot of this, came from PrizePicks Underdog Fantasy. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you through my favorite strategy, right? My favorite strategy for making money betting on the NFL on PrizePicks Underdog Fantasy. So without further ado, let's get into it, guys. So I actually lied. We're going to discuss two NFL betting strategies for PrizePicks in this video, but they're kind of similar. And I'm going to give you a play that I actually locked in, put my own personal money on. So the first strategy is called middle betting, right? And basically, most sports bettors, if you're a new sports bettors, when I started sports betting, you think about your bets as in I took the over or I took the under, right? But what you need to consider is where was the line? So if you take a look right here, you're gonna see on PrizePicks, the first play I actually included in my entry is Lamar Jackson over 5.5 rushing TDs for the season. Right? If you look at Underdog Fantasy, they have his line set at a different level. They have his line at 6.5 rushing TDs. So what I ended up doing, this is called middle betting. It's a really effective strategy for making money that sharp bettors implement. And essentially, right, when books have big discrepancies in where they're setting the line, you take the over on the sports book with a lower line. In this case, it's PrizePicks. So you take Lamar over 5.5, right? And then you take him under 6.5 on Underdog Fantasy. And if Lamar has exactly 6 rushing TDs in the season, you're gonna win both bets, right? That's a middle bet. So it sounds weird, like we're betting on Lamar Jackson's over and his under, but in this rare window of opportunity, it's not that rare, but if he has exactly 6 rushing TDs, which is pretty likely, right? That's like what his line is centered around. So the probability he has exactly 6 rushing TDs is actually pretty high, right? And if he has 6 rushing TDs, we're winning our over on PrizePicks and we're winning our under on Underdog Fantasy. So that's called a middle bet. And I love looking through NFL lines for middle betting opportunities because there's often some crazy good middles in the NFL more than any other sport.
So middle betting is hard work, right? You're essentially hunting through the market, like looking through all these lines on PrizePicks, Underdog for discrepancies, and you can see another big middle bet here, 50 yards. The NFL has some crazy middles. Dallas Goedert's line is 625 half on Underdog. You look at his line on PrizePicks, it's 50 yards higher at 675 half. So this is another big middle, in which case you'd want to take the under, right, on PrizePicks, and you would want to take the over on Underdog Fantasy as an example. So you can literally just search through the sportsbooks manually and look for middle bets. It's just a little time intensive, but also you can use the Oddsjam, right? Oddsjam, there's a lot of betting tools that you can use to make money, but if you like this idea of middle betting, there's literally a tool for middle betting. So when you select the sports books you use, it will show you all the middle bets for books in your location.
So the second strategy that'll make you a lot of money on PrizePicks once you kind of understand it is called correlation. And if that's not a word you've heard, it can be kind of confusing, but it's pretty simple. It basically just means you want to take outcomes in your PrizePicks entry that are likely to occur together. So here's a really simple example, right? Kelsey is Mahomes' main target, right? So if you're going to take Mahomes' over, you should probably take Kelsey's over. If you want to take Mahomes under, you should probably take Kelsey's under. Those are positively correlated outcomes, right? If Mahomes goes off this season and has 60 passing TDs, then Kelsey probably went over his receiving touchdown line. On the other hand, if Mahomes gets injured or he has a horrible season and he only has 20 passing TDs, something like that, then Kelsey will be more likely to go under. So you'd want to have both unders together. So you can see right here in that same PrizePicks slip I showed earlier with Lamar Jackson, where I have a middle bet on. I have 5 picks on PrizePicks, 5 picks on Underdog Fantasy for you guys, but I took Trevor Lawrence under as well as Christian Kirk under, right? So these are correlated outcomes. Christian Kirk is one of Trevor Lawrence's main targets. So if Lawrence goes under, Christian Kirk is more likely to go under. These plays were also middle bets, right? So if you look at Underdog Fantasy, their lines are way lower than PrizePicks. So I took, and again, we get positive correlation on both PrizePicks and Underdog. So on Underdog Fantasy, I took over for Kirk and Lawrence, and then on PrizePicks, I took under for Kirk and Lawrence. So getting some added benefit from positive correlation here, and those are, I still have 2 more picks, but those are my first plays. They're middle bets, right? This play on Christian Kirk and Trevor Lawrence together, those are middle bets between PrizePicks and Underdog, and they're also positively correlated on both platforms, so we have a really nice benefit there. So the same strategy for Kirk and Lawrence, where we're getting positive correlation, which is great, and it's a big middle, I found for Tua and Waddle. Right, so you can see once again, Underdog Fantasy is way lower than PrizePicks for Waddle receiving yards as well as Tua passing yards, and these outcomes are positively correlated. So here you can see my full slip, 5 crazy middles between PrizePicks and Underdog, and we have the added benefit of correlation for the plays on Waddle and Tua, right, on both platforms, and then also Kirk and Lawrence. So this is an amazing slip. If you're able to tail any of these plays, take it. But obviously, if any of these plays move, I hope this video is educational and kind of helps you understand how you can find some really profitable plays in the NFL on PrizePicks and Underdog.